My name is Gary Welton. I'm an artist and a painter of motion, and I love to paint. I've been studying motion for a long time, and I like it because it takes me to that place where I can paint freely. It puts me into a place where I'm not thinking much, I'm just painting. And I know how to paint. I've been doing it for years. My body knows how to paint, and sometimes the movement will just give me a little break from my brain to get into that place. It's almost like a trance, really. It's a magic place where I think the most creative part of my work comes from. Movement there are different ways to represent it, obviously. Line is a really important way to do it for me, because it shows a transition between one form to another form. And it's another way to record motion. So line is almost always an important part of my work just because of that. It's the best way that I know how to do it.
So I started playing the cello when I was 7 years old. I had actually started taking piano lessons when I was 5, so I already knew how to read music and was loving playing the piano. And actually our local elementary school was starting a strings program, and so I had the opportunity to start taking cello lessons at school. I've been playing the cello for nearly 40 years now, actually. When I graduated from high school, I had the opportunity to go study with Laszlo Varga, who was a former principal cellist of the New York Philharmonic, and he really took my playing to the next level. What I spend most of my time doing as a cellist is I perform with the Houston Grand Opera and the Houston Ballet. So basically between those two jobs, that creates a full-time job for me.
It started as like a small idea, and then it grew into this project. We started thinking about how you capture motion, and it occurred to me, oh gosh, how amazing would it be if Gary could capture the motion of Erika playing the cello. It's such a physical instrument, and the music at the same time.
The excitement has been growing ever since then, and this weekend did not disappoint. It's been so much fun to create together. The moment that I heard Gary begin to draw with his charcoal on the paper as I was playing, I was overwhelmed with the emotion of hearing him take my music and transform it into a visual representation of what I was playing, which to me is, I would have to say, the highest form of art, actually, to have this collaboration happening between me creating music based on the way that I am interpreting it in the moment, the joy that I'm feeling, the passion about what I'm feeling as I play, and Gary responding to that and literally creating based on what he's hearing from my heart. So essentially, I think in that moment, part of what I was realizing was that our hearts were communicating with each other in a very deep way, and obviously very beautiful and artistic representation of this music that I hold so dear to me.
When she finishes playing, just the interaction, watching them smile at each other when they knew, wow, that was something. As Erika and Gary work together and you see the piece evolving. Music is not a static thing. Music is always moving. And you have crescendos and decrescendos, and you have movement in the music, and you have style changes. And as Erika played and Gary painted and ran the charcoal across the canvas, you could feel the intensity of the music growing. Erika's one of the most humble musicians that I know, and understated. And that's one of the things that I love about her art and her music, because when she sits down to play, whether that's with the opera or the ballet or at church or a recording session, she's so relaxed, and the music just flows out of her naturally. And I think part of what makes her music so excellent is her humbleness. If you think about music and working with other people, you have to yield to each other in order to create that piece of art. With Gary and her working together, the yielding and melding of that art is really what makes a special project.
didn't really know what was going to happen at all until after we started. And then it was obvious to me that we were onto solid gold there. It was really a beautiful moment. The music was so important, and it just grabbed me by the soul. It really did. My conscious brain was not making decisions. I was going with the music, and I was present in that moment completely. Erika was like an angel, and the music was just flowing through her. I have a feeling she was feeling the same way. It was a connection between the two artists that was so beautiful, and it was not really something that I've had happen to me quite like that before. It was more than hearing, it was feeling. Really, that was the most important result that came through the music and Erika playing. I guess I could say I was in a trance, and I could feel that energy coming from her. She had her eyes closed, and I could tell she was right there. We just connected on that level. All that beautiful music, that creative energy just connected between us. It was really cool. It was angelic. It was a spiritual moment too. I forgot, I didn't go. I have to hand it to Don, who had the vision, really, and the courage to bring this about. Don brought these two energies together. It was really a family event. We got to spend a lot of time together. We got to know each other really well. We went out to dinner. We had a great time. And I'm so glad that we did it that way.